Okay, I think everything's set up and working properly. Hello, welcome back to Shadows over Loathing Live. I actually just now noticed that after Obi got that bayonet, he has actually affixed it to his oboe. So that's pretty neat. So actually, today we have... I'm just gonna go find the rest of those radios, and then we're going to go see about going back to the Big Moist, because we didn't actually get to explore much of it. Chapter 4 is remarkably short. So how many side quests do we have? How many radios? We've got 5. I've also got the wiki up so that can cut down a little bit of wandering. Evidently, the Hilbert house has a radio in here somewhere. No radio here so far. This might take a little bit. Still no radio. At this rate, I might end up just skipping this and going to one of the other 14 radio locations. What is that? Oh, fire ant farm. Sit barometer necklace? That's nice. Oh, we can fight this thing while we're here, I suppose. I suppose they are immune to bleeding, which makes sense. They are radiation and whatnot. Pocket chemical hand warmer. This one cold armor. Hell yeah. Please apply that to my electrified fireproof riveted colorful clown pants. Plastic melts and fuse permanently to lining. Warm electrified fireproof riveted colorful clown pants. Yep. Yeah, that sure is a sentence. More monsters. You get one more floor, guys. Quite sturdy. actually taken out Obi. I'm gonna drop a piano on you. I'm gonna knife you for good measure. Teach you to take out Obi. You get one more floor, Hilbert House. Aha. Perfect. They're just a clot of slime. Yep. That's mine. Throw that at someone. Oh, you know, I got blood. I could send out Mr. Haim. Just to see what he's like. And I just stole some meat from that math. Remarkably, the math can bleed. Mobius cookie. Interesting. Never find the secret compartment. Got some unidentified chemicals for that. Oh, vampires. Oh. That's a lot of damage. Oh. Don't do that. Hot damage. Reed slice. Oh, hi, Fur. Fair? I've actually never been quite sure how to pronounce your name. Hello. Okay, so we've been there. Steamy cavern. Somewhere in sit here. Then Zeta Omicron. So radio in here. Bar-shaped windows saw a fridge factory slide here from nowhere. They arranged themselves into a circle. Huh. There's a prism of black shadow being attacked by shapes. That hurt. Looking for a steamy cavern. I think that was down here, was it not? No, it most certainly was not. Ah, it must be down here, then. That's fishing. I will take the fish, if nothing else. Okay, so where to next? Actually, how many do we have now? 8. Down to Crystal Dream. Compassionate Pets has a radio. Down the junkyard. There's one in the mine. Tiny little radio. Fairies. Yep, it's fairies. I can readily assure you that I do not need the additional meat. I'm just sort of doing it because I can. Have we gotten the one in Murray's? Yeah. Okay. That's 11. Turn to Rufus. Eldritch Mist for our troubles. Rufus. Is your receiver thing? I hope it got enough clicks and bloops for you. Thanks, give you a ring when I've finished doing the math. Alright then. How's, anything else? Okay, I guess I'll check in with you tomorrow. Okay, now we can go to the Big Moist. Okay, so we're supposed to have gotten a notation about where to go, which makes me think that we somehow have not actually accepted the quest to find the kids. But I really want to check out the sunken boxcar. Because there might be some hobos to send to the hobo camp. In a gloomy grove of sunken cypress trees, a well-muscled woman stands waist-deep in the opaque bog. Her hands rest in the pommel of a sword, its blade lodged in the muck. Catches your eye because it's not the type of thing you tend to see on the East Coast. sword is that? It's the blade of your great aunt. Many moons ago it was entrusted to my family for safekeeping. Now it is yours to reclaim for a cost. What great aunt? Have you forgotten your lineage, girl? Time was every tavern meeting house kept a place by the fire for Hilda Hughes. What's the cost? Time I shall ask you for a boon, you shall be obligated to grant it. I can do a boon. Great aunt's great sword. Muscle plus 5 physical damage. It's pretty cool. I don't really use swords, though. Surprising heft, you can see why your great aunt liked it so much. Comes with something quite unsatisfying, something that makes you feel almost queasy and a little cursed. Oh dear. -1 to muscle, mysticality, and moxie. Perhaps the lady from the swamp will tell you soon about the boon she wants in exchange for this thing's removal. You geased me? Simple magic binding you to your oath, and until such a time as I have need of your service, on that day I will find you. Can we do the boon now? Better be a good sword. Better be a good great sword. I've just been cursed. This is normal for Opal. She's pretty used to being cursed. It's a diagonal hobo. I didn't know anyone was living here. I suppose I should stop being surprised by that. Quite all right. I'm Pepperidge Dolphin. Welcome to my humble abode. Thinks I'm Opal Hughes' next boxcar you've got. Here, apart from it being a little steep. Steep? Oh, yes. You know, I've grown so accustomed to the tilt I hardly notice anymore. Apart from when I try to play marbles. It must be really going downhill. Yes, quite. Your accent's a little different from the most hobos I've met. Well, my family is from old money, you see. I'm old enough that it all turned to dust. All that remains is a rambling old manor house that I can't afford to maintain. So I decided this would be a splendid opportunity to expand my horizons. The horizon is typically a bit more level. That's why you're living in a boxcar in the swamp. Well, to be honest, it's been difficult to be part of the old estate. This is as far as I've been able to get before the homesickness becomes overwhelming. How bittersweet. Indeed, I wonder, could you spare the time to help me? I could be done with the place if I had a proper souvenir. Specifically, my father's collection of antique padlocks. Get them yourself because of the memories? Or if I have a lack of memories, I've forgotten where the keys are. I can help you. There are 11 locks altogether, except they won't actually be altogether. Well, I'm afraid not. Here, I'll mark the location of the house on your... Is that a sponge? There's also something I should tell you about the house. It's haunted, isn't it? There aren't any ghosts haunting the property. Not a one. My family never suffered any violent or traumatic deaths. Hello, Octavia. Have you come to join the live stream? There's something you felt you had to warn me about? Not really a warning as such, I thought you might like to know. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that when I get the chance. Flash of light cuts through the trees, a glare passes, and you see poking its head out from above the canopy a telescope. You fancy a telescope ever since you were a young girl. You've pressed your nose to the window of the telescope shop for hours, till the proprietor would run out and threaten to tan your glutes with a tripod. Still want a telescope? Go get your telescope in a treehouse. We'll get to that. The mic here is crashed. You got a bit of a problem. Ha, you think? Yeah, 3 kinds of problem I got if you don't count the headache. My plane's been stuck downward in the swamp for just about the most obvious one. I think I can help with. My name's Opal. Rhonda Roastman, hi, and if you got some time on your hands, you can bet your buns I can use it. What happened? Look to fly a plane all the way around the swamp in one go, see? No, I may too, but first to fly nearly all the way around the swamp won't be making any newspaper headlines. Now look what I've got. A plane half buried in the muck, tainted fuel, and even if I get those sorted out, there ain't enough runway here for me to get flying again. Your plane's pretty stuck. Yeah, sure it is. What's wrong with your fuel? When I had landed, the fuel tank got full of swamp barb, which I know how well versed you are in the chemistry of aircraft fuel, and not good for it. Not good for it. So I siphoned the tank dry, figured it wouldn't be that big a deal since I got a can of backup fuel. And I guess that's full of water too. Ain't nothing so bad that it can't be a little bit worse. Can it be fixed? Technically, yeah, I just need to have the water distilled out of it. I don't have anything like that kind of equipment, though. A great basic distillation setup would be do the trick. It ain't rocket science, just airplane science. That's a much slower kind of science. See what I can do to build a runway. With enough tar and macadam, I can slap down a quick and dirty runway, dirtier than quick for certain, but it'd be good enough to get me out of here, and I've got plenty of tar, but where did you get that barrel of tar anyway? You know, that's a funny story, but anyway, I got a load of macadam to go with it. It's macadam. It's like a gravel for fuss budgets. For my purposes, I need a load of rocks exactly 3 centimeters across. That isn't very many rocks. The individual rocks is 3 centimeters across, not the whole load together. Can look for some rocks about that size. Passed an old quarry on the way down. Didn't get a close look because I was kind of distracted. I'll mark it down on your map. Go myself, I need to guard the tar. Okay, another location to go to. You sandwich cap gives you a sorry shrug. You ran engine plumb ran out of gas. See, grease some more grease out of the engine. Well, that's convenient. Okay, we appear to have not actually accepted this quest somehow. Gator sounds made up. Nothing made up about a giant blue gator man who eats guns. One of the guards actually saw Occam's, even took a shot at him, but conventional weapons have no effect. The destruction he's wrought, I've certainly seen that. Is there a finder's fee? Okay. Finally. 300 meat, my grandfather's fishing rod, but I'm running the show all right, not Chapman. I know he's got a missing boy too, but you can't involve a reboner in an operation like this. They're far too emotional. If you dealing with me, you keep him out of it. What's special about this fishing rod? You can catch things that your scientists would say are impossible to find in water. How about that? Does it catch fish? Yes, fish, but also impossible things. Throw in some fishing rights. Got your eyes on our large mouths, eh? I'll give you 10 minutes alone with the fish. How about that? No questions asked. Deal. Good. Now, Peter, our guard on the front gate, was the last to see Occam's gator in the sickening flesh. Peter chased him off our property to a revolting little hamlet, but dared not enter himself. I'll mark it on your map. Convinced that's where you'll find Occam's. Inside Occam's, Kathy. Bring her home, you hear me? I'm on it. Oh, I can actually enter here. Oh, hey! I actually got rid of Twisted Ankle. That's nice. Take a bottle of bath oil. I will take a bottle of bath oil. Glue it to the table. Bottle's great, the whole thing. If you can. Take the sign. I can take the bottles. The bonds of the glue with the sign thwarp. I've also got a sign. Just sell it if you can. No, I'm keeping the sign. So we've got another cat here. I will not eat someone's sandwich. Opal's not a monster. Okay. Now I've got quite a few places to go. Oh no. Dude appear to be stuck. Too proud to ask for help. Well, sorry. Okay, Obi. Let's, sneak up on these gators. Stopping their tracks, start sniffing around suspiciously. They're almost certain to notice if you get closer. Saying, put isn't an option here. Which way do you want to go and how? Wait from them and recharge. No, we can take them. They're just gators. Oh, you've got armor. However, my Sax doesn't care about armor. Actually, it does technically care about armor. But my Sax will knock it off immediately. I've already stabbed that guy, yes. Caterman skin pants? Interesting. I am the terror that stalks the swamp. Hello? No door opening either. Whoever smashed the handle wanted to keep you out. Force the door. Released from his refrigerated cage, Coldman squirms out into the muck, gasping for air. One more day trapped in there, we've succumbed completely to despair. Who are you? I'm Fabian, an illustrator of the natural sciences. Arid steeps, glistening bergs of ice, but lately my interests have taken me to these damp lands. I'm sorry, I'm in my soggy period. How'd you get in there? I was traveling to the swamp to sketch the native cypress, only to be caught in a net by those Gatoresque men. At first, they allowed me to roam within the confines of this camp, and when I shouted for help at a passing truck, I was put into the refrigerator. You saw a truck, though. Drove through the camp like a bass out of hell. It was a boy and a girl at the wheel. I called, "Stop, I'm a prisoner, take me with you." They drove on. Makes a person do that. Where's the truck headed? North of here. Since the driver had largemouth bass and some confident the truck would only make it 11 miles at most, if you subtract 11 from the distance between this camp and the fishery, seized with deductive euphoria, you do some quick calculations, which in your haste comes out very wrong. Do them again, not rushing it this time, proves a promising lead. You have a creature called Occam's gator. Supposedly a large gator with two tails, brewed smoke. So you don't know. I apologize, I shouldn't have said that. Melanie's always been kind to me. Every weekend she bakes a ball of nougat. I apologize, Melanie. Way out is more or less clear. I do want to leave, that's a good guess. If we meet again, it would be my honor to paint you a portrait. I am an artist, as you know. I cannot paint you right away, as I am my soggy period. But I conclude that work, if you become soggy, who knows? Am I not soggy enough? Not for academia. I don't have a combination. Got sleeping gator men here. I mean, really no point in attacking these guys. They're just kind of doing their own thing. thundering honk roused the trees. Birds flee, fish hide. You don't know which creature gave this honk, but you know it rules the swamp through fear. Honk back. Keep moving. Okay, we're definitely at the right location. Actually, I believe I have a frankly absurd amount of XP at the... Oh, 358. Yeah, that's all. Filthy Academy paraphrased without giving great offense. Okay, I think we've gotten a good chunk there. Suggestion that leeches could be used for bloodletting. If leech labor laws were relaxed, they wouldn't even need to be compensated. Learning isn't the right word. I wonder if there is a maximum amount that you can get from those books. It's been abandoned for some time. There's no way inside unless they're very small and hiding. Are they small and hiding? No. Search seats. Paper left in the passenger seat is open to classified pages. Circled are an advertisement for Mr. Rat's Hotel for working women and the docks. Search under the seats. Okay, underneath the driver's seat, which has the advantage of lowering the truck's center of gravity. The gas tank is empty, which has the disadvantage of the truck not working. You also notice a tiny glint of metal, a key. I mean, I need that, Tom. Give me that paper. Okay, it's yesterday's news. Okay, so we got a key now. It opens a lock back home. Okay, okay. The Leather Brothers. Working with shovels, bury the corpse of a gator man. Some more manner of a mailman. Gator swallowed whole by the mud. His gravedigger strain up, look at you in the eye, sweaty but defiant. The darkest, most secret part of the swamp, whose sins are buried in gators. Where sins are buried in gators. We'll deal with that also later. Okay. Found the company truck. Truck's the key to finding the sun. Where's Tom? I'll get back to you on that. An old bass reboner, try and do too much at once and your fish ends up looking like a porcupine. More like Tom ran away from home. Doesn't matter, you'll find him, you bring him back here. That young man has responsibility. Okay. I marry into your family. Try the truck will help us find Kathy. More like Kathy ran away. Where does this key go then? Maybe back here? Oh. Yes. Got beds we could search. Envelope. Kathy's letter. Got some taffy. 16 teeth. Horrifying. That's supposed to be in this room. It's better if Adam doesn't see you leave through this door. found these teeth under a pillow. Oh. I figured we could hand him the letter. Suppose we can just read it. Dad, all anyone cares about in this family is largemouth bass, and while I'm sick of it, ain't I a person? Ain't I deserving of being cared about too? Leaving Dad for a place where dreams are possible. You ain't never going to find me because you don't know where that is. Love, Kathy. P.S. Hi to Mom. You need to see this. Ain't I, my friend, these are the vulgar contradictions of Occam's Gator. I didn't give Kathy a copy of Jane Eyre to have her contract improperly. No, this letter is an obvious ruse. Friend Occam's clumsy attempt to throw us off the scent. Face it, Tiger, your dog ran away from home. I'm not showing him... Okay, I'll show him the teeth. Those are mine. Leave them Tooth Fairy? No. Okay, well... Okay, logically, if they were heading anywhere, it might have been towards the bus stop. Because that's the only way out of this accursed location. Cursed swamp. Your Gatorman screaming wildly to your left. Suddenly another Gator starts screaming to your right. Oh. Yeah, it's more Gatorman. Behind you, turn around again. Stand very still and hope they leave. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of Gatormen. Not gonna lie. Might be a good time for the flute. Ow. Oh god. Oh no. Well. Wow. We got aloof for that. That was an absolute nightmare. You two, wait there. Obi, we don't talk about the fact that we got beat up by a bunch of Gatormen. We just don't do that. Mr. Hain? I'm replacing you with the bug. Tom Chapman, Kathy Tracy. Nod slightly. You can see he's put in the work to remember their surnames. He may be at a cross purpose. Perhaps maybe... you can see that he can see you've put work into remembering their surnames, and though you may be at a cross purposes, respect must be paid. I'm looking literally everywhere for you. Really? Lots of times when folks say literally, they're not using it right. When people say it's literally raining on my wedding day, they're not talking about actual rain. They're not? No. What are they talking about? Garbage. They mean trash is being pelted on them on their wedding day. That's... They say it's raining. It's literally raining on my wedding day, yeah. And, well, that's new to me. I literally hear it all the time. Hope that answered your questions. We're on the next bus out. Folks back home think you were kidnapped or eaten. That's utterly typical. They can't even conceive that someone might want to live the same little largemouth bass life that they do. It's not even a life, not for us. It's not the kind of life we want to live. It's only possible in the city. What kind of life's that? It's not a business making wigs for judges. That a job? Is she? Are you? Don't be rude. It's like asking if cobbling's a job. Is cobbling a job? Gotta get me with that again. Don't think judges wear wigs in this country. It could be an international company. It's where the money is if you know anything about business. I mean, I do need to take you back to your parents. How to that you need to take us back like a bass needs bones. No, we're not going back, pal, not ever. Largemouth Bass and Sons is a trap. All we ever do there is repeat the same old toxic patterns that our fathers did and our grandfathers did. Be-bone the fish, rebone the fish, debone the fish. What's the point? It's mindless life. It's never going to change. No, pal, not for us. Better die in poverty than live in largemouth bass deboner or reboner. I was hired to bring you home. But we're not going back. There's nothing and nobody that can make us. Please? Oh. Hey, Obi. Hey, Obi. I'm scared you have no power. I'm scared that's a real guy. He's the bane of our lives, our family's lives. He has haunted us, tortured us before I was even born. What's he want? Back. Did you say back? Miserable back. You'll be miserable if we go back. Gair sneers. To your surprise, the beast apparently has no intention of killing or eating the children. Means to return them home to Largemouth Bass and Sons. Want them to be miserable? All yes, miserable back. What Occamscare wants, except our whole family to be miserable. Now why else he torments us? What's your problem? Misery. To cause misery? Bass misery. To Largemouth Bass and Sons specifically? Why? God. What God? Misery God. You have a God that wants you to cause misery to Largemouth Bass and Sons. Amen. God's name. Occamscator. Well. Leave these kids alone. There's no shaking Occamscator when he's got his mind set to a thing. Gotta be a way we can work this out. Violence. Apart from that, violence, misery. I could change Occam's mind. Mine's his own obscure ethos, perhaps you can outthink him. Let them go, you'll cause more misery to their families. Tom and Kathy will actually be more miserable if they leave. Cause more misery to their families. Largemouth Bass and Sons totally reliant on these children to prop up their family and company. The whole thing is a joke. Without Tom and Kathy, will slide slowly to irrevocably into a long, painful area of decline, which looms the great terminus of business death. That's true. It's something to consider. May a complete ring around his head. That is... Can you teach me how to do that? Come back, Gator. Didn't know what to say. Nobody's ever stood up to that thing before. Dad even tried giving him a cut of the business to leave us alone. You know what you said, though? You think the business will fail without us? People love largemouth bass. It probably will. Doing the right thing. I was 100% sure. If I was 100% sure of that when we left, I am now 98% sure, which is still very high. It's very high. Thanks, lady, for getting Occam to take a hike. Accept the meat and nod. Free sample a judge's wig. Plus 10 HP, plus 3 HP per round. It's actually pretty decent. Enjoy that, but mind you don't combine it with the jury's wig and the executioner's wig. No one should have that much power. Still trying to take us back. No, get on the bus. I give you my blessing. Thank you, sister. Huh? Oh, and you said blessing, I assume. That's fine. It's still nice to have your blessing anyway. Have a good life, lady. There we will. It's been eventful wait for the bus. Okay. I don't think we're going to be getting the reward. Burly Hunter, trudging through the mud, gives you a holler. As he nears, he sees toting a shotgun to one arm and carrying a pile of gator hides. Sounds as though somebody's cooking may have triggered a fire alarm. Seems to be fine, though. Maybe less fine. Self a seat on the next bus. I'm a little late. I've just been given a bunch of money to leave. And she didn't show your face around here, you dithered. Now Kathy's lost you a telegram from her, and now she's throwing her life away chasing the Judge Wake dreams of youth. Sorry about your daughter. Realize the mistake she's made. Mother always told her, don't throw your life away for a man like I did. As you mentioned, I wonder. How come Skater's real? Concerned about the future of the business without Kathy? Sort of a setback, as we've always done, but our plan to rebrand as Largemouth Bass and Sons and Daughter will have to be put on hold. Pity the name rolls off the tongue, which would be appropriate. Now we slide the fish's bones out. Oh. Hi, cat. Oh. Cilia. Unlocked a new cat. Give her a pet. Plus 20% of meat drops. Yeah, let's get Cilia's. Wow. Rude cat. But can we talk to the other cat? I know what you're talking about. I certainly didn't have anything to do with help Tom Chapman, Kathy Tracy flee their largemouth bass fishing fathers. Cat only chuckles in response. Charitabus. I need to ask. Give her a pet. You're sent to item drops. Coming your way in hopes consider good things, not. I'll keep Celia's. Sloshing your way through the swamp, you and Obi stumble into the most horrible situation you've ever encountered, a mosquito breeding pond. They aren't unusually monstrous or alien mosquitoes, just normal ones, and there's a lot of them. Close your eyes for a second, imagine the swarm of mosquitoes so dense that, hey, no, don't close your eyes until after I've told you, or you won't. No, open your eyes. I said open your eyes. That's a lot of mosquitoes, okay? It takes ages for the two of you to fight them off and get away. In the process, you swat hundreds, possibly thousands of the awful little bass. They're only worth tiny fractions of an experience point, but it adds up. Okay, we've made it to the treehouse. And I'm starting to think these ones are, in fact, just going to start repeating. This would... Why'd you keep walking? How this place? Will Hunter's treehouse and rules and ain't no grown-ups allowed. Who are you? Will Hunter. What's your story, Will? Ain't much to tell and ain't all that interesting. This, I swear, not city folk like you. Not city folk. Seen a pig birth? Yes. Bet you ain't seen half as many as me, though. How many big birds have you seen? Reckon about 70. What are you doing in a swamp? Same thing every boy gets up to, I reckon. Do I want to know what that is? Ain't telling anyways. It's up there. It ain't anything, I swear. You don't want to see anyways. Want to use the telescope you got up there. Right, that telescope's property Will Hunter, same as my licorice collection. You mean licorice? No, licorice. Wouldn't be called licorice if it ain't been made of rice. It's called licorice because you lick it. And it's saving mine up so I can lick them all at once. How long you been saving your licorice? It's been a few months. Gain away a few months in licorice as long as it's refrigerated good and proper. It's in my pocket with some ice. You let me up? The girl ever been up in Will Hunter's treehouse and ain't fixing to break that streak, not for nothing. You let me up. It's it for Will. My vital mission against the forces of evil. You like meat, kid? As much milk as your belly can hold. My vital mission against the forces of evil. Now that like a job? I ain't got no job, miss, and I ain't need one. I'm fixing buying life through general scampery. Okay, so I'm actually going to need more 5 muscle. Well, this gives me a muscle. I'm sure I have something here that can give me a muscle. I'm just gonna climb the tree. Hey, now there's a private tree house. Stop roll hand until you can't stand up. Why there's no boy in this treehouse at all? Just the large and sagging features of human face sunk into the tree's very trunk. It can't be young Will Hunter. Reckon now it ain't no keeping you from seeing my plight. I be wicked, miss. Happened to you? Ain't much to tell. You are in a tree, sir. Jang scraps of bark that drift to the treehouse floor. You have a doctor? You know what that is? Guess I know what a doctor is. What did you want to be so mean for? I reckon most people you gotta ask you to couldn't tell one thing about what a doctor does. I only met one doctor. Dr. West lived on the street up to my step-aunt. 'Twas one morning paid me 6 bits to paint his fence, and well, heck, I swear I was fixin' to do it, miss. I heard there was an interesting trout down the river, a little wider than average, but not very wide, just the way Will Hunter likes. How can a boy resist? No, I agree. You gotta go catch a slightly wide trout. I'm gonna catch it, miss. Only measure it with my notes and trout width. Wasn't real pleased. Teach me a lesson. He went and cursed me to be a tree. How do you turn you into a tree? Tweezers, height chart, could be anything. And what lesson were you supposed to learn? Now to paint fences if I say I'm fixin' to. Can you end the curse? Be a tree till I make good by painting a bunch of fences all around town. Hard enough for me to do that like this, I'll tell you. I suppose I could paint fence. Let's paint fences? You wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, I'll paint some fences for you. It's real swell, thanks a lot, miss. The doctor who cursed me had a nice white picket fence. He said something like, Will Hunter, gotta paint 3 more fences like this or he'll be a tree forever. Paint 3 fences, got it. Got my paints and brush out of my knapsack, I'll just hand them to you, but I'm a tree. There a ladder? Suppose I can paint a ladder in the way you'd know it, though. As part of this tree I can sort of waggle around. For a still boy, you'd say it's like my fingers or nostrils. Well, that at least makes it more convenient to get down. Okay. belonged to a grandfather, but not his grandfather. Hoarding rocks. See nothing out of the ordinary. Rivers run around the trunks of trees, crawdads and crawmoms glove upon the rocks, and ducks impaled on the beak of a heron. Here in the swamp, it's a day like any other. The circle of life turns on and on. We gotta find fences now. Please tell me this is actually listed on my side quests. It is not. Oh, wait. There it is. Check out Monster Shack. You there. Excessively jovial man struts out from behind the trees. New to these parts? Ever heard of mud henge? I'll bet you didn't know that's actually 1.3 times larger than a comparable henge you'd care to name. What is mud henge? Dragon disappeared into the mist. Mud henge sounds pretty cool. We need to go and re-equip all our stuff. These kids are real alright. Not the decayed, crumbling, tumble-down shack strewn with ancient wreckage that you were perhaps expecting would actually maintain fairly clean tumble-down shack strewn with 12 to 14-year-old kids. Kids doing in the middle of the swamp. Why shouldn't we be? It's dangerous. That's where the monsters are. It's why it's dangerous. Of course I believe in monsters. I've fought them. Be of cognitive dissonance otherwise. Fishmen? Those don't count. The guys are just weird jerks. I understand what real means in this context. We have monsters, you can join a monster squad, otherwise we can't tell you anything because it's secret. Okay, I'll join. Can reach the top shelf in the old bookcases. We used to have a big ceremony, but you had to repeat a vow and stuff. It took too long. We're all busy with our research. Huh. Cat. Boris only. Gotta better be Boris, there's gonna be trouble. A lot of fun book titles. Kids, do you mind if I close this? I'm honestly not sure where to start. Messing around with trying to take a break from my main project. Chupin Raja. Avoid spicy food, gives me the hiccups. Monster eats oranges. Feel free to use my workbench. Got plenty of spare parts. Bring back one of its nostrils. I don't want to kill it, just prove it's out there. Oh. Tweak the trigger sensitivity. Adjust the torque. Add a battery. Add a fuse. I don't have enough muscle. But I can go and drop back to my Gatorman pants. Tighten spring, adjust the torque. All the things. fully upgraded trap. Flies. The flyman, the man-fly, decides to move into Flemberg Place, did a little spying on him, thinks he's trying to turn himself into a giant fly. It's also really handsome. Too shy, can you help me out? Sure. Could you bring me back a souvenir? That's weird. I'm not buying you any cigarettes. Swap player named Barbara Yargara. Certainly not the Baba Yaga. It's just a fairy tale, real, because I've seen her hut right here in the swamp. I want to call her a swamp witch or swamp hag or stuff like that. You judge her that way without having met her. Mark her hut on your sponge map. Bring back a feather to prove you met her. One of her pet birds. Story says she has a ton of them. You seem like a trustworthy person. You need to bring proof at all. That's how quests work. It's about the radio. This isn't related to Barbara or anything. I'm just trying to find a station we get some music here. Reception in the swamp's terrible. What's the triangle? The Great Pyramid's one of them anyway. Ever seen them? Only on your hat. Combination of hydrogen sulfide and methane. Common swamp gas. Coffee to clear the swamp gas smell out of my nose. The smell of the wisp. Run to it once. We've got good memory for smell, so I figure if I can match the smell, the particular chemical mixture will tell me more about it. Cloud of intelligent swamp gas. And people think it's ghost of a dead chili cook-off judge. I would say then, if you're willing to help, instead of making your viral goofs, I could really use a sample to analyze. I can help you find that. Nose trumpet. Neanderthals and early hominids. The honey ape. Very famous monster, hairy primate, or primate-like creature that's smaller than a human, but it's human-sized hands. Most legends call it big hands. For big hands legends and reports of honey ape sightings referring to the same cryptid. Help you look for it. Who? Would a fingernail be proof? Be big as a human fig. Okay. These kids. Be too rude. What's your deal? Moss man? I'm not really. I want to be a moss man when I grow up. That's why I'm eating all this fertilizer. It's actually cornflakes. I'm just pretending. Some people say I'm crazy for believing in Moss Man. I know he's real. I've seen him. Man-made moss. He's all fuzzy and green. Go. See him. Bring back proof he exists. People won't think I'm weird. I can have a look. Go to Moss Man Grotto. Get some moss. There's just so much stuff to go to here. I'm gonna take a moment to catalog stuff I need to go do. Like, help. Monster Hunter kids. Paint fences. Oh, there's just so many places to go at this point. I do also need to stop soon. Ah, human handprints. Good with the fact that humans are no more walk around on their hands. I follow the tracks. Different set of tracks heading different directions. How many thumbs do you say this thing had in one hand? Oh. Oh. One. How many fingers was it? Oh. Oh. Oh, I have no idea. Four. Footprints through a clearing. Middle of a large stand of trees and surprised by an animal pretty much like the honey ape the kid described. Like a somewhat larger chimpanzee or a very small gorilla with disproportionately large human-like hands. Casually drinking out of a beehive. I sneak up on it. Creep up on the unsuspecting crybait, but you run out of trees and brush to hide behind before you can get close enough to really do anything. Outsmart it. Pick up a rock and chuck it in the underbrush on the other side of the clearing. The honey ape stiffens at the noise and starts scanning for predators. Grab it. Leap on the small primate and wrestle it to the ground, screeching loudly. I mean, primate is screeching. To be fair, you both are. Once you get pinned, you grab it by the wrist and yank off one of its long, untrimmed fingernails, which, thinking of, makes me wince and been some pretty horrible stuff in this game alone. Well, horrible deed accomplished, let the creature loose and runs screaming to the swamp. Congrats on successfully stalking, outsmarting, and assaulting a small, weird ape. Oh, dear. X marks a vein of rock candy ore. I don't have a pickaxe. Rock's wearing sunglasses. Huh. Okay, so now it's getting some rocks. We crush it. We crush it some more. Pound it. I think they're too small now. 3 centimeters. Yep. It's too small now. Okay, dump. Reload. Lovely. Okay, so that takes it down a small amount. Takes it down 11. They don't take it down by exact numbers. Seems to do anything. Can't polish science array smooth. Okay. I can at least get these darn rocks. Okay. Okay. Yep, too small. brought down to 4. It's okay, so we can repolish it. Okay. I think I understand. Nope, too much. We're at 5 now. Polish it, pound it, polish it, pound it, pound. No. Now we're down to 4. We're getting there. Darn, we're still at 4. Okay. This cycling between polish and pound has eventually gotten us to 3. I don't even know who this truck belongs to. Bring it back. As I promise. Got to your macadam. Okay, so we've got a runway. Beats you down with the ferries and fishermen, the rest of the bonkers nonsense you've been getting up to. Oof. I do not have 4 oxen and a wagon tongue, or the muscle, construction crane, mysticality, piety. I got a shovel, though. Side plane definitely pried out of the muck. Perfect. Get your plane unstuck. All of a trick. Say I'm duly impressed. Kicked in mud and weeds and all, but I guess that comes with the territory. It's real literal sense. Okay. Well, I think we're going to have to stop there. We've still got a lot of stuff left to do. Like, a lot of stuff. But I suppose we can deal with that. Oh, we do need to drop off the truck, though. that, I can return the truck. But we're gonna stop there for today. Next week we'll be back still in freaking the Big Moist. I might end up, doing some stuff and then be like, okay, let's just move on. I'm gonna have to stop early because I've got some stuff I need to do, and my voice is getting a little sore. So I hope you have enjoyed. See you next time.